Hey, how's it going, guys? Albert, also known as Trade AD, aka the Counter Trader. Um, this video is going to be the unicorn. I said I was going to share this video with you a couple of weeks ago, but you know, that's just how it is. This month has been pretty rough with me, with all the headaches and all, but I'm a lot better. I'm all better actually, and I'm back at it. So if you like this kind of content, guys, please support by liking and subscribing, and click the notification bell if you like to see me streaming maybe once or twice a week. Sometimes I'm streaming in the chat room in the description below, or on Fridays I'm going to be on YouTube, just talking, rambling about my thoughts, and you can ask questions if you like. And yeah, that's about it. I do this for fun. I do this because primarily I was a teacher in high school and middle school. I'm an educator first, and I do this because I enjoy it. It makes me feel significant in this world. So speaking of significance, I was honored the past week where a friend, Mahmood from Norway, um, made a book about me. Basically, some people have a playbook. He actually made a book based on my strategy, which is awesome. So I'll put a clip on that at the very end. Mahmood, I'm honored. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. It made my week. It's still making my week, so it's making my month. So here is the the unicorn, and then afterwards I'll cover exactly what I see and why I did what I did. 17.
APT.
Shares of ADCT getting a high of 480. Now 465 up 42%. Alpha Victor Charlie Tango. GTH, Genetron Health, opening at $16.15, priced at $16 per EDS. Golf Tango Hotel, GTH.
EBC.
Something 35.
B. EBC. EBC.
Where'd this one go? Boom. Okay, APT. APT was moving really well that day, and you could tell that it was just grinding. it has a lot of chop at first, a lot of red and green candles. So nothing special about this. I wouldn't trade this other than the fact that it's approaching a significant area in the on the daily chart. So on a daily chart, you can tell that on June 19th, it went to this area. And it's not exactly the same price, but it tried its best to get there. And that's the thing we're always looking for. So remember, my strategy requires these parameters in order for it to be considered great. For a great setup, it needs the ramp, which is looking like it's creating right now, right? And then it needs to hit an area of resistance on the daily. I don't want any red candles if I'm going for a short. I just want it to go up significantly and increasing its rate of change. So it should be a ramp. Also, the volume should be significant. I should have volume so much that it convinces you that it's exhausted. So that's pretty much everything. And this thing had everything. So you can tell right now the volume is already a lot more than it was early in the morning, first thing in the morning. And it's approaching that 1740 area. So inside my head, I'm hoping that there isn't any red candles on its way up to that 1740 plus area. If there is a pullback, then it kind of takes it from great to good. And it doesn't. Not only does it go up, but the candle is extreme. It's very irregular. So this is turning from great to a unicorn. And so it's starting to turn red here. And so of course 2,000 shares would be pretty much a good area. And if I see the volume stay low or lower than the spike, then I know that it is exhausted from the previous candle, and it's good to go. So just watching the action here. I have my stop at high day. Of course, I don't always abide by it. It depends on how what the volume shows me. So as long as the volume, so far on this candle, this red candle is lower than the rest, I'm still okay. I'm still in the game. So we're approaching the next candle. And this candle looks to break the previous candle, in which I added again, because now it's looking great. Setting my stop for emergency purposes only. And I'm in the clear now. And there it is, guys. If only every trade moved like that. And because you see that volume spike, basically because of the move, it's pretty much done there. And it was pretty much done there. So that's, to me, is considered a unicorn. Now, I had somebody ask me just recently, so Phantom Edge asked, what do you mean when you want something to fade in volume when scalping Twitter? Now, with Twitter that day during the stream on Friday, and this applies to any kind of trade I do, but of course I'm more short biased. So this was a bounce for a long, and it had some major negative news. So I didn't expect it to bounce up too much at all. So with this one, it went down, and then I entered around 29 as it went up. It had a huge volume spike showing some exhaustion, at least at that time. So I knew it was going to go up. But the problem was, as it was going up, it created the second green candle had huge wicks on both ends, and the volume was higher than the previous candle, which shows that in that area there was a lot of questionable traders. People couldn't figure out which action to choose. And I did get out after 10 cents. It went another 10 cents. So I got what I wanted. And then if you notice, at the area that I exited was pretty much it. I mean, it went up 10 cents and then a little bit more, but then it started trickling downwards, basically sideways, but more trending downwards. So obviously they didn't like the action upwards. So we have to be careful with that. But the whole point is we're looking for fades. Now, after Twitter, I did trade something, BS IG, which is a good example of what I mean, and I said it in that during the stream as well, where I wanted the volume to fade, and this one was a fader. So this one actually worked the same way that I wanted it to during Twitter. I wanted it to fade, and you did see some volume spikes here and there, but overall, as it was trending downwards, the volume started going downwards because everybody was pleased by that action, by the movement it was going. Now, if it wanted to reverse and spike up again, you'll start seeing a lot of volume come back in because people aren't happy with the area it's at. They may want to decide to either go on higher up or shoot back down. But most of the time, if the volume is getting larger and larger and the candles are getting smaller, then it's getting squeezed and it may go the opposite direction. So that's what I was worried about with Twitter when I had that one candle that was really wicky and with a small body, almost creating a doji. So yeah, I hope that explains that, Phantom Edge. You'll see me get faked out all the time, but the thing is, I want to stay green. But if it goes well and it doesn't get too choppy, I'm going to stay in, and by then I'll be pretty happy. So we never see home runs, guys. The market's hard to read, but green is green, obviously. In the end, I'm never satisfied. Nobody ever is, and that's just how trading is. But that to me that determines. That separates who's successful and who isn't. Those who seek home runs all the time is going to get it. The market's going to take you out. So just be careful when it comes to that kind of action. That's my personal experience. That is. So yeah, that's my unicorn trade. At the very end, I'm going to share a clip of Mahmoud's book, which is really awesome. Thank you again, and yeah, as always, I do this for free, guys. So. Click like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything you'd like me to cover. Have a good weekend and stay safe. Bye.